How did your high school crush turn out as an adult?
He had a roller coaster of a life. I admire him more than ever and more than most people I know, but can't wrap my head around why I ever found him physically attractive. Maybe it was always just his heart. By age 25, he had a PhD, a wife, and was a captain in the Navy. By 30, he had 2 PhDs, a small business where he made a metric ass ton of money, and his wife was pregnant. By 31 he was diagnosed with stage 4 skin cancer that swiftly spread to his lymph nodes, bones, esophagus, and a few other places. He was told he had minimal chance of making it 5 more years. Even with the best health insurance money can buy, it still basically wiped him out. 7 years later, he's living a comfortable but not extravagant life as a civilian contractor for the Navy, same wife and 2 happy healthy kids, and spends most of his free time advocating for better public health care.
She committed suicide. Found out later she had a crush on me too. Fuck life sometimes.
I remember walking up to her and asking if we could talk in private, and she said you can say what you need in front of everyone. Her group of friends were all around. So I asked if she wanted to go on a date. She burst out laughing and said no. Shit was rough, man. Looked her up last year and she's a cage fighter now. What?
Began acting. It's weird, every so often I'll see a commercial or something and be like, oh, hey, I know them. My crush is an incredibly sweet person, so I'm glad.
I had 2 unrealized crushes in high school. One is a teacher and musician. She is married and has either 1 or 2 kids. We've kept in loose contact via social media and ran into each other at a NYE party shortly before she got married. I was introduced to her now husband as favorite ex ever. He seemed like a decent dude and I'm happy for her. I believe the other became a US attorney. I have not heard from her since Google Plus almost became a social media thing. I imagine she's still very productive and would be disappointed in my life choices.
He's an attractive gay man. I am none of those things.
My only GF in high school was my crush. Her mom banned her from dating me after about a year because my GF admitted to her mom that we were fooling around. This was about 20 years ago. She's still living with her mom, no kids, and as far as I know never again dated seriously after her mom broke us up. Still has the same job from high school too. It's like her mom went way into protective overdrive and my former GF never grew up.
Mine was my best friend. She turned out to be a pedophile. She always liked younger guys, like when she was 17 she had a 13-year-old boyfriend, which was weird, but we were kids and I didn't think about it much. Turns out she continued to like younger teens as she grew into her 20s and 30s.
Found her on Tinder, she said I was hot. Pointed out that I was that loser she used to know in high school. Had a big laugh. Been a little over a year, now we send each other memes and hang out occasionally when the pandemic isn't being a bitch.
I met her in 1987. We got married 5 years ago. We used to go to the same punk shows, that's where met.
She's still hot, successful and wealthy entrepreneur, and married someone with the same first name as me and who quit his job to brew beer. I crushed on her for a bit, didn't think she was interested so I dated others, then come to find out she crushed on me senior year. I was too dumb and blind, we connected freshman year of college, she wrote me letters and by the time I wised up she had moved on. No one to blame but myself.
Dead by 32, drugs.
Making me wonder what I ever saw in them.
My English teacher still looks fine as fuck.
His friend murdered him over a girl.
I was a freshman and had a crush on a senior. To add to it, she was a cheerleader and her brother played QB for the football team and got a college scholarship. She showed up at a football game a couple of years later with a baby in tow. She's married now and back in her hometown. That's about all I know.
They both ended up as great guys. One has a huge family and is a minister. The other only has 1 child and is a college professor. Both married nice people and are happy. They were really good guys in high school and ended up being really good adults. I've got both of them on Facebook, and we keep in touch peripherally as we stayed friends over the years.
I don't know about you guys, but I had way too many crushes in high school.
An insanely talented molecular biology researcher at Boston. And she's still insanely attractive at it. It looks like a lot of people feel like they know this same person. It's crazy how many molecular biologists people know.
About to be my fiancé if all goes well.
Became a professional cheerleader, died of breast cancer at 34. Googling names from high school is crazy. Asterisk edit to add, thanks for all the support Reddit family. I'm also surprised how many on here know her, and in a way makes me feel better that such a beautiful girl did make an impact on people's hearts and assured me she is not forgotten asterisk.
My first high school crush who sat next to me in freshman year English was a really cute punk rock girl, and she's gone on to become an incredibly hot fitness model.
He's doing good for himself. He's grown emotionally, has a seemingly healthy relationship with a longtime girlfriend, and is working healthfully on all his career and personal goals.
Haha, my husband. Our first marriages didn't work out, and we reconnected after our divorces. If only I would have confessed I had a crush on him in high school, might have saved myself a lot of trouble. LOL edit, thanks for the awards, everyone.
Still hot AF.
I briefly worked with mine and didn't realize it was her until I left for another job. She looked almost unrecognizable, but it was 15 years after I last saw her. She's married with a couple of kids now, so pretty standard life I guess.
My friend's high school crush was Tom Holland. Like they went to the same school.
Ended up committing suicide a few years after high school. She was a teacher and got caught having an affair with a female student. Edit, Reddit is weird AF. Some interesting comments here.
I never made a move in high school. About 7 years after graduating, I saw her on social media and said what the hell and asked her out. We've been dating for about 2 years and I'm about to pop the big question.
Overdosed and died last year. I got to see him before he was taken off life support with a really good mutual friend we shared, organ donor too. It was surreal seeing him dwarfed by all these machines. He had won the largest hearts I've ever come across. Edit graduated back in the early 2000s and last year 2019, WTF is time even anymore.